Activity 1. What is ethics? Ethics is philosophical study of morality which primarily distinguishing between right and wrong. It involves moral principles that guide individuals in their decision making and behaviors, both personally and socially. The role of ethics emphasizes as a guide for living responsibly and making ethical choices. We recognize what is good and what is bad, the right ways that we should do and the wrong ways that we should avoid. The process of thinking, questioning, discovering, and applying what we learn to other people as well as to ourselves. Apply ethics in all areas of our lives to live in a good life.
What are the other ethical terms? Many answers highlight that other ethical terms are moral, integrity, justice, fairness, respect, honesty, virtue, loyalty, beneficence, non-beneficence, and autonomy.
How important is ethics for the pre-service? The importance of ethics in the teaching profession is emphasized for both pre-service and in-service teachers, with a focus on modeling ethical behavior and maintaining professional standards. Ethics is crucial for teachers in guiding their behavior, decisions, and relationship with students, parents, and colleagues. Since they are responsible for teaching and guiding children, ethics made them making sound decisions daily and evaluating whether their actions positively or negatively impact their students. Pre-service teachers need ethics to develop a professional standard and understand how to manage classroom situations ethically.
In-service teachers need ethics to address challenges with integrity and ensure a supportive learning environment. Teachers act as role models and their behavior influence how students develop morally and professionally. Additionally, the importance of ethics for teachers seen as essential in maintaining trust and relationship in educational settings.
Activity 2, number 1. What is the value of one's life? The value of life is universally recognized as invaluable and sacred, deserving of respect and dignity. The right to live and the importance of ethical treatment are key points. One's life is valuable. We are all created by Jesus for a reason.
Life also reflects moral and ethical behavior towards others. We must appreciate ourselves and other human beings, as life is the most beautiful gift we received from God. That's why life is viewed as a gift, with each individual deserving the opportunity to live it fully and ethically. All we need to do is find our value, face life's challenges, discover new things, and explore our capabilities. Furthermore, the value of life of one's life is priceless. It cannot be bought or equated with any material wealth. It is the worth of a person's life. Even though we have different gender, beliefs, and religion, we can't destroy our other lives because every life, every moment is important and has worth reason. And I also can say that our life is worth it. We have a right to live the way we want.
What exactly were the wrongs done to Chris by his so-called brothers? It is deeply saddening that the so-called brothers in the fraternity were the ones who ended Chris' lives. These so-called brothers deceived him into believing that enduring abuse would prove his loyalty and worthiness to belong to their group. Instead of offering genuine support and camaraderie, they used violence as a tool to assert power and control over him. Chris Mendes' death is consistently portrayed as a tragic consequences of hazing, emphasizing how abuse and violences are deeply unethical that caused the death of Chris. His fraternity brothers failed to take responsibility or assist him. They did not have the courage to cooperate or tell to the police what really happened to Chris, and they remained silent, showing disregard for his life and dignity.
Is there any good in fraternities? Fraternities are seen as institutions with both positive and negative aspects. Fraternities can provide leadership and personal growth, but they also have negative impact when hazing or violence is involved. Like in the fraternities where Chris belong, I can say that there is no good on it because they let them into a violence and cause of the death of one of their brothers. However, there is also a good fraternities. If they treat fairly and have the right rules and maintain a good company to others as much as possible, they avoid violence. They help each other to have good life directions. They build a friendship and bodies in a good way.
Many responses argue that fraternities that perpetuate violence are inherently unjust and joining such group should be avoided. On the topic of fraternity hazing, there is shared belief that violence within fraternities is unethical, with several answers pointing to Chris Mendez's death as a tragic example of harmful effects of such practices. Organizations should not be joined by anyone, especially the students and the youth, if it can cause physical abuse, traumas, and also the worst part, which is death. There is strong belief that fraternities must be mindful of their practices and ensure they foster positive, non-violent environments.
Activity 2. Elaborate. View a newspaper article on war on drugs and answer the following questions.
What makes this a matter of ethics? This is a matter of ethics because it balances public interest, individual rights, and fair trial. The journalists also help in shaping public opinion by influencing the public opinion. There are also ethical considerations that the journalist that includes their objectivity and fairness for their report, accuracy to avoid the spread of misinformation, and transparency to the audience or readers. This is why it is important that the writer of the paper must be mindful in creating a well balance between the public, protecting their individual rights, and promoting an understanding.
What is your own ethical judgment on this case? In our perspective, in this issue we can say that there is no ethics. It is because in issue of our former president, Duterte's anti-drug campaign raises ethical concerns by violating human rights, particularly through extrajudicial killings that deny fair trials. The violence creates fear and promotes vigilante justice, making society less safe. A more ethical approach would focus on addressing the root cause of addictions and supporting rehabilitations, respecting human rights, while ensuring long-term safety.
Question number 3. What are your reasons for this judgment? Some of the reasons for this judgment are that we consider the human rights. Although the goal of the war on drugs is to reduce the crime caused by illegal drugs, they don't have the right to put the law in their hands, resulting violence and death. Everyone has a freedom and a right to live. That's why killing suspects without due process violates human rights. Justice should be determined through illegal procedures, not through war on drugs that can cause death and affect innocent people who are not users of illegal drugs. So that this issue is not showing ethical, or we can say it is unethical.